go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here.
How do you know I'm mad?
You may have noticed that I'm not all there myself. I'm the Morrissy.
In the years following my father's death, I think that it is true to say that the house became my whole world. And during that long period in my mother's illness, the house often seemed so vast, so confidently real, that by comparison, I felt little more than a ghost haunting its corridors, scarcely aware that anything could exist beyond those melancholy walls. And until that night in 1901, I first caught a glimpse of the other world. The other world on the dark side.
Mother, it's me. I brought you something to eat. Please, I think that you should try some of this.
And that was the moment when I first felt truly alone. Many years later, when I became aware of the significance of the beetle as a symbol of rebirth, I realized that she was simply trying to protect herself from something, in the only way that made sense to her. But even then, I think I understood that Mother had been born again into that other world, a world of fathomless signs, the importance of magic and terror, and mysterious symbols. Sorry I'm late, Commissioner. Problems out of town. What's going on?
The inmates seized control of the building early this morning. We don't know how it happened. They're holding the asylum staff hostage, making all kinds of crazy demands. We've had to send in furniture, store dummies, food, clothing,
And
they say there's only one final demand. Thank God. They've been waiting to talk to you personally. It's the Joker.
Well, I certainly hope this is the man. Well, I guess the bat that I've been waiting to talk to.
Joker, don't waste my time. What do you want?
Oh, how I've missed your voice. How you doing, big boy? How's it hanging in there?
Stop wasting my time, and just tell me what you want.
I think that you can guess. We want you in here. With us. In the madhouse. Where you belong.
And if I say no?
Oh, well, we have so many friends. Here, sweetheart. Say hello to Pearl. Isn't she such a crybaby? You know, Bats, Pearl's just 19 years old. She just started working in the kitchens here, trying to earn enough money to become an artist one day. Isn't that right, Pearl? She even drew me this beautiful house with this pencil. The one I have sharpened. Open your eyes wide, Pearl. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now then. Where was I? Oh, yes, that's right. You have half an hour. And oh, bring a waiting stick.
Jesus, that poor girl. Batman,
I'm going in there.
You know you don't have to go in there. We organize a SWAT team or something.
No.
Listen, I can understand if even you're afraid. I mean, Arkham has a reputation.
Batman's not afraid of anything. It's me. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that the Joker might be right about me. Sometimes I question the rationality of my actions. I'm afraid that when the doors of Arkham close behind me, it will feel just like coming home. I returned to my family home on a cool spring in 1920. Shortly after Mother's funeral, she opened her own throat with a pearl-handled razor. And in the end, it was for the best. I must believe that I inherited the house and its acre as the only child. Alone in the gloom that smells of lost childhood, I dedicated myself to the prevention of such suffering. As my poor mother knew, and I began to make my plans. For the first time in 12 years, I spent the night in my old room. I did not sleep well. Beating wings haunted my dreams, and a distant dog barks incessantly through the restless night. The next day, I returned to the metropolis where my family and I had lived for some time. I'm working at the state psychiatric hospital, and one of my patients today has been referred to me from the Metropolis Penitentiary. His name is Hawken, also known as Hawkins' Mad Dog. I listen as he describes the beatings and sexual abuse he endured from his father. I asked him why he chose to destroy the faces and the sexual organs of his victims. It was the Virgin Mary's idea. She argues that it is the most effective method to prevent the unclean from spreading their disease. I ask him why he cuts his arms with razor. It's so he feels something. And after 2 hours, he returned to the penitentiary to await trial. How many more like him must there be? Men whose actual crime is mental illness, trapped in the penal system with no hope of treatment. My course is clear. I can tell my dear Constance and little Harriet that we will shortly be returning to my family home in Gotham City to begin the conversion into a facility for the mentally ill. And that night, I dreamt I was a child again, lost in a fun house. I find myself in the Hall of Mirrors. There are strangers in the mirror, and I freeze, not daring to go any further. Not through that door. And at last my father came looking for me. I begged him to not take me into the tunnel of love, so we returned. And by the way, we entered that night in the mirror. People had escaped from the glass and come looking for me. And I woke up sweating like an adult. And for a moment, just a moment, I feel as though I am back where I belong. Back in the old house.
It's salt! Why don't you sprinkle some salt on me, honey? Aren't I good enough to eat?
I'm here, Joker. Release the hostages.
You heard him, folks. Hit the trail! Bye, Pearl. Let's do it again sometime!
But what about her eyes? You said...
April Fools! Oh, cheer up, honey pie. Listen, how many brittle-boned babies does it take? Shut up. Yow! Oh, at home with Mr. Tachi, aren't we, Batman? What's the matter? Have I touched a nerve? Hey, how's that boy Wonder? Started shaving yet?
Filthy degenerate.
The flattery will get you nowhere. You're in the real world now, and the lunatics have taken over the asylum. April Sweet is coming in. Let the feast of fools begin.
I'm the speed of light, cracking the chivalry atoms in the gods, and the sky rails rather like a melting rainbow.
Hey, Joker, I've had enough of this madness.
Enough madness, enough. And how do you measure madness? Not with rods and wheels and clocks, surely. You know, you look so pretty when you're mad. Kiss me, Charlie! But no tongues, you hear? Not on our first date. Hey, I'm warning you. You're in no position to issue warnings, Charlie. Not with your guilty secret. Now sit down and stay down before I think of something funny to do with you.
Who are these people? You told me you'd release the hostages.
Well, we insisted on staying, Batman. I'm Ruth Adams. I'm a psychotherapist here.
And this is dear old Duck Cavendish, our current administrator, a man who just loves to administer. Correct? To exceptional patients. I have a duty to the state. I will not leave this asylum in the hands of madmen. And while we're discussing duty, it looks like somebody's done theirs on the floor. Oh, Jesus. Harvey, is that you again? Are you trying to ruin my shoes?
I'm sorry. I just couldn't help it. It takes so long to decide. So many options. I'm really sorry. I think.
Miss Two-Face has pissed himself again.
Two-Face?
Excuse me, Batman. We'd really prefer it if you called the inmates by their real names. Harvey Dent is his.
What have you done to him?
Done? He's being cured. This place is a hospital, Batman, and we're here to treat people, in case you've forgotten. As a matter of fact, we've successfully tackled Harvey's obsession with duality. I'm sure you're familiar with this silver dollar, scarred on one side, unmarked on the other. He used to make his decisions with this, and thought it somehow represented the contradictory halves of his personality. What we did was wean him off the coin and onto a die that gave him 6 decision options instead of the 4 or 2. He did so well with the die that we've been able to move him onto a pack of tarot cards. That's 78 options open to him now, Batman. Next, we plan to introduce him to the I Ching. Soon he'll have a completely functional, judgmental facility that doesn't rely so much on black and white absolutes.
But right now, he can't even make a simple decision, like going to the bathroom without consulting the cards. Seems to me, you've effectively destroyed the man's personality. Doctor.
Sometimes we have to pull down in order to rebuild, Batman. Psychiatry is like that.
You have to admit, it's hard to imagine this place being conducive to anyone's mental health.
You're going to hit me with all the local folklore now, right? Secret passages, the ghost of Mad Amadeus Arkham, the wall that's supposed to bleed? Gothic crap.
Well, you pardon me for saying, but your technique doesn't seem to have much effect on the Joker.
The Joker's a special case. Some of us feel he may be beyond treatment. In fact, we're not even sure if he can be properly defined as insane. His latest claim is that he's possessed by the Baron Samade and the Voodoo Loa. We're beginning to think it might be a neurological disorder, similar to Tourette's syndrome. It's quite possible we may actually be looking at some kind of supersanity, more akin to multiple personality disorder, a brilliant new modification of human perception, more suited to urban life at the end of the 20th century.
Tell that to his victims.
Unlike you and I, the Joker seems to have no control over the sensory information he's receiving from the outside world. He can only cope with that chaotic barrage of input by going with the flow. That's why some days he's a mischievous clown, others a psychopathic killer. He has no real personality. He creates himself each day, He sees himself as the Lord of Misrule and the world a theater of the absurd.
Games, Dr. Ruth, you know me. I just adore our games. I see 2 angels screwing in the atmosphere, a constellation of black holes, and a biological process beyond the conception of man. Also a ventriloquist act looking in the trunk of a red Chevrolet. What about you, Batman? What do you see?
Nothing. I don't see anything.
Not even a cute little long-legged boy in swimming trunks, or perhaps me? In a thong?
Oh, stop wasting time, you ugly prancing bastard! He is ours too, you know. That's if you don't mind.
I say, we take off his mask. I want to see his real face. Oh, don't be so predictable, for Christ's sake. That is his real face. And I want to go much deeper than that. I want to know what it's like to have sticky fingers pick through the dirty corners of his mind. So, let's just start with a little word association test. Shall we, Ruthie?
I don't really want to do this.
Go ahead, Dr. Adams. I'm not afraid. They're just words.
Oh, that's the spirit, Batman. Sticks and stones. I like a man who can take the pressure.
Michael and his angels engaged in combat with the dragon. And while the dragon also engaged in battle with his angels. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Just as the archangel subdued the old dragon, so shall I bend this house to my will. I will bring light to those dismal corridors of my childhood. I will open the locked doors and fill the empty rooms, while an image of the triumph of reason over irrationality looms above it all. Harriet is plagued by nightmares. I blame Lewis Carroll, but she will insist on reading and rereading the books. Perhaps things will settle when the work of the house is finished. Perhaps. One of the workmen must have dropped it. Pearl. Revolver. Father. Death. Stop. Stop. What? In the fall of 1920, I am invited to Europe. I finally met Professor Jung in Switzerland, and in England, I met the so-called wickedest man on earth, Aleister Crowley. I find him charming and highly educated. We discuss the symbolism of the Egyptian tarot, and he beats me in chess. Twice. I run out of French cigarettes in the mid-Atlantic, and I arrive home in time for Christmas and find the conversion of the house to be well underway. Constance surprises me with a wonderful addition to my aquarium. Japanese goldfish are fascinating species. When a dominant female dies, one of her males in her entourage will actually change gender and assume her former role. For some reason, I am reminded of the French name for the victim of the April Fool's prank, Poisson d'avril, April fish. I experience an inexplicable frisson of déjà vu, and then the phone rings. It transpires that Martin Hawkins has escaped from the penitentiary, and the police would like my considerate opinion as to his state of mind. I tell them that he may be highly dangerous and leave them to it. It is not my problem. Not tonight. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Harriet is enchanted by the cuckoo clock that I have brought here from Switzerland. I pray that it might take her mind from the bad dreams. And then I am reminded myself that all intelligent children suffer from bad dreams. And she is so very intelligent and perfectly beautiful. I almost wish that she never grew up.
Oh, it's getting late. Time to begin the evening's entertainment, I think, if you're feeling up to it. Up to what? A nice little game of hide and seek. You have 1 hour, sweetheart. And there's no way out of the building. 1 hour before all your friends come looking for you. There's the Scarecrow and Mr. Clayface and the strange Dr. Destiny, of course. Now, he seems so frail in that wheelchair, but all he has to do is look at you. And you stop being real. He does so want to look at you, darling. Oh, and don't let's forget Croc. He came up from that dark, dark cellar this morning, dragging his chains behind him. They all want to see you, Bats. So why don't you just run along now? I don't take orders from you. Well, would it change your mind if I put it like this? So there's this guy that goes into a hospital. His wife just had a baby, and he can't wait to see them both. So he meets the doctor, and he says, "Oh, Doc, I've been so worried. How are they?" And the doctor smiles and says, "They're both fine, just fine. Your wife's delivered a healthy baby boy, and they're both in tip-top form. You're one lucky guy." And so the guy rushes into the maternity ward in his flowers in hand, and he rips open the shade only to find it's empty. His wife's bed is empty. "Doc," he says, and he turns around, and the doctor and all the nurses wave their arms and scream in his face, "April Fools, your wife's dead and your baby's a spastic." Oh, you get it? Oh, what a senseless waste of human life. Now, Batman, run! The game ends at midnight. Run.
Hey, I say we go after him. Now.
Listen, we promised an hour. He's only been gone 10 minutes.
This is ridiculous. What do you think, Dent?
The moon is beautiful. Wait, it's a big silver dollar, flipped by God and landed scar side up. So he made the world.
Jesus Christ, I can't get decent conversation in this place. You're all insane.
Oh, Joker, we're bored. Oh, all right. Then let's just pretend it's been an hour.
Spring is a deceitful season, and April 1st, 1921 is cold. Mercilessly cold. Honey, do you know the front door was wide open? Connie, are you in? And I see my wife first. My dear Constance. Her body in pieces. And Harriet lies nearby. Violated. Almost idly, I wonder where her head is. And then I look at the doll's house, and the doll's house looks at me. And slowly, methodically, I put on my mother's wedding dress and I kneel. I kneel down in the nursery arbiter. And it all seems perfectly rational. Perfectly rational. And later I find myself sobbing and choking, retching into the lavatory bowl. Is this what it all comes down to? All of our dreams and hopes and aspirations. Nothing but vomit. Oh God. I am afraid. I am so afraid. I think I may be ill. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little bats, how I wonder what you're at. I'm so glad that you could make it. I have so many things to tell you. You must be feeling quite fragile by now, I expect. This house, it does things to the mind. Now, where was I? Where am I? Where will I be? Ah, yes. The apparent disorder of the universe is simply a higher order, an implicit order beyond our comprehension. That's why children interest me. The Hatter. They're all mad, you see. But each of them is an implicate adult. Out of chaos. Or is it the other way around? To know them is to know myself. Little girls. Especially little blonde girls. Little shameless bitches. Oh, God. God help us all. Sometimes I think the asylum is ahead. We're inside a huge head that dreams us all into beings. Perhaps it's in your head, Batman. Arkham is a looking glass. And we are you. Despite the challenges, the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum for the Criminally Insane officially opens its doors on schedule in November of 1921. One of my first patients is Martin Hawkins, Mad Dog. He delights in recounting to me every detail of the atrocities that he has inflicted upon Constance and Harriet. He giggles and drools and tells me they begged him to abuse them. He calls my daughter a whore, and I listen. More, please. Damn it, give me more. Hurt me. More pain. Harder. Harder. I treat him for 6 months, and I am praised for my courage and my compassion. And on April 1st, 1922, 1 year to the day, I strapped him to the electroshock couch and burned that filthy bastard. We treated it as an accident. These things, they do happen. There is ozone and the smell of burnt skin in my nostrils. But I feel nothing. I take to patrolling the corridors between the hours of 3 and 4 in the morning. Now I visit the secret room often in order that I might keep my journal up to date. Routine is important, I think. A good routine diverts the mind from morbid imaginings. And sometimes I am sure that I hear hysterical laughter from a cell that I know to be empty. I tape over the mirror in my study. The laughter ceases and I return to my ritual for ambulation. My home movements are now ballet-like, and I feel like I am part of an incomprehensible biological process. The house is an organism, hungry for madness. It is the maze that dreams, and I am lost. Shocked by my ill health, some friends take me to the opera. Wagner's Parsifal. Don't they understand? Can't they see that I'm breaking into 1,000 pieces? Time becomes strange. 40 minutes have passed now since I ingested 3 portions of the Amanita mushroom, and so far no effect. Abruptly, I become convinced that the house is alive and trying to communicate with me. A pressure at the back of my head makes me turn. In their tiny, contained universe, 2 vast and shimmering clownfish glide towards one another and make the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the astrological attribution of the moon card in the tarot pack, the symbol of trial and initiation, death and rebirth. I have been shown the path that I must follow and where it leads. Like Parsifal, I must confront the unreason that threatens me. I must go alone into the dark tower, without a backward glance, and face the dragon within. I have only one fear. What if I am not strong enough to defeat it? What then? The drug takes hold? I feel small and afraid. Perhaps I've done the wrong thing. Somewhere not far away, the dragon hauls its weight and the world explodes. There is nothing to hold on to, no anchor. Panic-stricken, I flee. I run blindly through the madhouse, and I cannot even pray, for I have no God. The doors open and close, applauding my flight. Keyholes beginning to menstruate. A choir of sexually maimed children sings my name over and over. Arkham, Arkham. I'm falling. Oh, Mother. What tree is this? What wounds are these? I am Matisse on the pine, Christ on the cedar, Odin on the world ash, hung on the windy tree for the whole 9 whole nights, wounded with the spear, dedicated to Odin. Myself to myself. I must see my reflection to prove that I still exist. Outside, I hear the dragon coming closer and closer. Desperately, I peel the tape from the mirror, breaking my thumbnails, stripping my strip, until I stand revealing in the glass, and I stare into old familiar eyes. Mother! I must have fainted then, for it is morning when I next open my eyes. No longer able to tell where the dragon ended. And I begin.
Good evening, Batman.
Dr. Cavendish, you freed the inmates. You allowed this to happen. Why, Cavendish?
Now listen. I only did what had to be done. You read the book on the table beside you, and you'll see it's Amadeus Arkham's journal. Go on, read it. I've marked the place for you. Read it, and you'll see.
And suddenly the longed-for revelation comes in form of a memory, one that my mind had suppressed. It is 1920. Trees thrash in the dark under a restless sky. Rain rattles on the windshield. Why? Why have I come?
It's here!
Mother, please, there's nothing. And why am I so afraid?
Every night. Every night.
Great wings begin to beat. I'm not mad.
See? There. It comes for me.
I'm not mad. God, please, help me. I see it. I see the thing that has haunted and tormented my mother these long years. I see it. It is a bat. A bat. Oh, my poor dear mother.
Don't let it chase you. Please, don't let it.
I won't let it take you. I promise. Don't be afraid, Mother. I love you. I understand now what my memory tried to keep from me. Madness is born in blood. It is my birthright, my inheritance, and my destiny. I shall contain the presences that roam these rooms and narrow stairways. I shall surround them with bars and walls and electrified fences and pray that they never break free. I am the dragon's pride, the son of the widow. Leather wings enfold me.
You see now? You understand? You've kept this place supplied with poor man's souls for years. You who fed this hungry house, do you see? You are the bat.
I'm just a man.
I'm not fooled by that cheap disguise. I know what you are. Arkham tried to kill his stockbroker in 1929. That's what they finally locked him away for. Did you know that? It didn't stop him. He read the Golden Bough. He studied shamanistic practices, and he knew that only ritual, only magic could contain the bat. So do you know what he did? He scratched binding spells into the floor of his cell. He used his fingernails. Can you imagine that? His fingernails, it took him years.
Cavendish, you're sick. You need help.
I'm sick. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Have you?
Cavendish, no.
Mommy. Boy.
For God's sakes, stop choking me.
That's the difference between me and you. I'm stronger than them. Stronger than this place. And I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them that Arkham was right. Sometimes it's only madness that makes us what we are. Or perhaps destiny.
Oh no, it's the bat. He's destroying everything. You never should have allowed him in here. He's too dangerous.
That's right. Blame it on me.
Go on. You're free. You're all free.
Oh, we already know that already. But what about you? Have you come to claim your kingly robes, or Do you just want us to put you out of your misery? Like the poor, sick creature that you are?
Why don't we let Two-Face decide what to do with me?
Me? No, I can't. Really,
Harvey? Ow! Brilliant.
If the unmarked face comes up, he goes free. And if it's scarred face, he dies here. Okay. He goes free.
Well, parting is such sweet sorrow, dearest. Still, you can't say that we didn't show you a good time. Enjoy yourself out there in the asylum. Just don't forget, if it ever gets too tough, there's always a place for you here.